Hello, my crafty friends. I'm going to do another little um, collage in this little envelope journal. My mind is somewhere else, and so I'm going to talk to you about what's on my mind. And I haven't prepared a list of things to talk about or an order I want to talk about it in, so it may be all over the map. But I want to talk a little bit about that FTC and COPPA thing. Um, the COPPA that had good intentions. The intention is to protect children, their privacy, to keep predators away from them, and to protect their data from being mined off of the computer and used, and protect, their any information about these children. Well, that's a good thing. I don't have any problems with protecting children. I want my own children protected. Um, the problem is the way the new way they wrote when they updated the COPPA regulations, and the way it's written now, um, and the way that they're handling it is basically, um, after they fined YouTube and YouTube paid a fine, and then they just decided from now on it's up to the creator to decide to protect protect the children, and not have ads that are directed at children and all that kind of stuff. Well, honestly, a YouTube creator doesn't have that power. We make videos. We have nothing to do with what ads are on there, with how data is mined from the people who watch our videos. So it's ridiculous to pass this on to us, but that's what's decided. Somehow YouTube and the FTC decided this was a good plan. My sincere hope, is that if everybody will um, really look at this and will talk to the FTC, they do have out, there's a link below for a petition that you can sign, and a place you can go to make comments to the FTC and tell them um, very respectfully, very respectfully, how ridiculous this new ruling is, because not only is it saying, now do the creators have to decide, okay, is my content for children or for adults? Well, that's easy. For me, it's real easy. I have never once made a video that was for children. And if you go and look at my analytics on YouTube, they agree with me on that. They say that 100% of my viewers are women over the age of 45. Well, that's not accurate. I know there are a few men who watch my channel once in a while, and there are people under the age of 45. But basically what that's saying is that, little kids don't watch my channel unless they happen to be sitting there with grandma. Okay. Um, but so I can easily mark my channel and say, my channel is not directed towards children. And you would think that would take care of it. But it doesn't, because of the vague wording of this new law. Now, anything that might be child attractive can fall under this category, and you can be fined if you say your video is for adults, but children will find it attractive. Then you have mislabeled and lied, and therefore they can fine you up to $42,000 per video. Now, this is a little bit ridiculous, I think, on several levels. For one thing, it's probably not even going to be humans who are looking at this. They're going to maybe base it on what your title is, or if they see a pretty picture, or something that they think would be attractive to children. It doesn't matter what you're doing with it or how you're using it or anything. The fact that I've altered a little golden book, if they saw a little golden book on my video, they might decide that's all it took to make it a children's video. Well, that is, it's not true at all. Altering a little golden book is not something for children to do. It's something a grandmother might do for them. And they're targeting crafting channels because kids like everything, okay? But they're saying kids like crafts, and so crafting is a child-oriented thing, and therefore crafting channels should be child directed, but that's not true. For one thing, the tools that we use on our crafting channels, all of the ones I watch, they're not for children. We use X-Acto knives. Do you want one of your children using this? We use a heat gun. Do you want a child to use this? No. We use paints and mediums and things that that are, they're not non-toxic. They have toxic properties. You wouldn't want children using them. Glues, whatever, inks. You don't just give those to a child and let them go with it. So my content's obviously not for children, but the arbitrariness of their ability to just pick and choose what they decide might be child attractive and then fine you. And from the wording, it doesn't sound like they even, give you a warning and say, you labeled this as for adults, but this is really a child attractive video, and therefore it should not be marketed as for adults. If they would do that, that might be one thing. YouTube has a whole list of things that they say you need to watch out for. And if you have these things in your on your videos, then you should say your channel is child directed. I don't have any of those things in my videos, except maybe the little golden book. But once again, that was not directed at children. And so, I guess it's the vagueness of it. If you tell me what to do, tell me what is going to be considered child, a children's video, I'll make sure I don't do it. And that's, from a creator's perspective, if you're a crafting creator, this is a real issue. But I think personally, the bigger issue is that, this is a big issue for me. If I got fined $42,000, I don't have that money. I would never be able to, I don't know what I would do. For making a video that somebody decided was directed at children when it wasn't. And I know it wasn't because I made the video and I know who my audience was. That would be bad. But we've also got the issue of, when they make this ruling, this doesn't just affect those of us who are creating. It also affects the children who do. There are children who watch YouTube, and there are wonderful people who create lovely content, and they do it for children to give them something good and wholesome to watch. Now these people are not going to be able to make any money on YouTube, and some of them, their livelihood is creating these shows for kids, but they can't do it now because if you say your video or your channel is child directed, then they will take away 60 to 90% of your monetization. And on a channel that's trying to market things, trying to provide good content for children to watch, because children are going to be watching YouTube. That's just, we might as well just be forthright about that. This isn't going to stop children from watching YouTube. So those content creators will just go away because they're going to have to go find another way to make a living. And so what's left when that happens? The content that's for adults, so children will be watching that, and some of it will be content I wouldn't watch myself. It's a struggle. What do we do? I don't want to be fined $42,000 for making a crafting video. I was watching Gail I can't say her name, Aganastelli. I'm not sure how to say her name, but she said she was thinking about either taking her channel down or or just demonetizing it. And I was looking around trying to find, would that solve the problem? You know, if you just demonetize, will that keep you from having to worry about the FTC? Because if that's all it would take to keep you from having to worry about the FTC, I don't make much money. I mean, I've only been monetized since June, and I've made a whole whopping $100.67. So demonetizing my channel wouldn't be that big of a deal. And I would be willing to do it if I thought it would keep me able to continue doing this stuff. One problem with, but I'm not sure that would work. I'm not sure that would help. I don't know. The problem with saying your content is child directed, it's not just that they take your money away, because if that's all it was, I would just, then it might be worth it just to say, okay, all my content's child directed. I just won't worry about that. Part of it is that, well, for one thing, it's a lie. And I'm not a liar. And saying my content is child directed is a lie. And it's terrible that you would have to lie to try to protect yourself from getting in trouble for somebody deciding that you lied, because you didn't say it was child directed. This whole thing is just, it's frustrating. I don't want to take my channel down. I don't want to decide to give up on YouTube. But and like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic that sanity will prevail, and they will see, after all the comments and the petition and everything, they'll really look at this again and say, okay, obviously our wording was not the best, and we're going to tell you exactly what you have to do and what is in violation. Because anyone who has kids know that kids are attracted to everything. And so saying something is child attractive just because it's crafty is ridiculous. A child might come on and watch my channel for about half a second, but they certainly would not be interested in staying here and watching through a whole segment. They don't care about what I'm doing right now. Can you imagine any child wanting to sit here and watch what I'm doing right now? No. No, I can't see it. I don't see it happening. And by children, we're talking kids under 13, I can see some teenagers being interested, and that was, that's fine. I don't do anything on my channel that would be harmful to kids, but it's not directed at them. The problem, though, is that this whole law is about protecting their privacy from data mining. Well, I'm not mining anybody's data. No content creator on YouTube is mining anybody's data. That's it's just frustrating. Anyway, I'm not going to make any decisions about what I'm doing until they've had a chance to review this a little bit again. If you are worried about your content creators going away, and there are some who have already deleted their channels, they just said, forget it, I'm not messing with this anymore. And if you're worried about this going away, and it might, then you probably should go ahead and sign that petition and put a comment on the FTC, and I'll have those links below. There are also some other videos that people have done that are way better than this one, talking about these things. So feel free to go and watch those videos and get some more information. But we have until December the 9th to make our voice heard. And on December 9th, they're going to quit taking comments, and they're going to deliberate and make their final decision, I guess. And like I said, I really feel like sanity will prevail, because this really is a ridiculous way to handle things. and I don't think it was thought through. It wasn't thought through very well, but it makes you wonder if any of those people who made this decision actually watch YouTube. They certainly don't watch crafty channels if they're gonna just do a computer sweep through YouTube and find anything they think might be, child friendly. That's concerning. I don't want to take down my channel, and if I thought just demonetizing my channel would make everything okay, it's nice. I was looking forward to making a little bit of money to sustain my crafty habit, on YouTube. But if that is one way to keep from having to face the possibility of this fine from arbitrary, somebody picking me out arbitrarily, then I would do that and keep going. One of the things that affects the viewers and the creators equally about this is that if you decide your content is child directed and you decide to go that way, okay, you don't make money. That's not a big deal. What is a big deal is that they take away your comments. They take away your community tab. I'm not sure if you can do live streaming. If there will be any of those capabilities, but I know that the comments will be gone, which means if I make a video, you can't tell me whether you liked it or didn't like it. I have no feedback from you. And also they would take away notifications. If you're a children's channel, there are no notifications. So all those things affect my viewers as much as they affect me. And I don't think any of those things, truly, I don't think any of those things are going to protect the kids. I think what protects kids is what their parents decide to do. And give them a YouTube Kids channel. Then they can watch what they can watch on there, and they don't run the risk of deciding something's attractive about my channel. The other thing that parents can do is to have YouTube Premium. We have YouTube Premium, and that's one of the reasons we did it, was because we didn't want our kids having to watching ads. We didn't know what kind of ads they would get, and we didn't want them to watch them. Our children have a very diverse, and our children are not children anymore, okay? Our children are 17 and 20, but we're still protecting them from who knows what kind of ads they might see on YouTube. That's a parent's job. That's not a YouTube crafty creator's job. Anyway, go and tell them what you think, and be polite, be respectful, because if you're ranting and you're ugly and you're telling them how stupid they are not going to listen to you, and it might turn them off of doing anything different. They might just say, these people are whacked out and we're not going to mess with it. So be respectful. Tell them what it is, what your concerns are. I've also linked how these things can affect you as a creator. I have watched some creators' videos, and they're putting disclaimers under, in the description box for all their videos, saying this video is not directed at children. It is an adult video. We use X-Acto knives, we use sharp scissors, we use heat guns, we use toxic glues and mediums. This is not a children's video. And then they're going to say at the beginning of their videos, my videos are not for children. If you're under 13, you're in the wrong place. And maybe that's what we have to do. I don't know if those things will actually help or not, if we've got some computer algorithm who's making the choices. Anyway, I would love it if this gets changed to where they can just be more specific. Child directed is pretty specific, but what child attractive is not specific. And so that could include anybody. And so ask them to be specific. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. I can follow not having child directed videos. I can't follow what's not child attractive. It would make every minute of everything I do. Oh, here's some pretty little birds. Are children going to like that? Look at this. It's got flowers on it. Are kids going to like that? You know what? I don't know. It's worrisome, and I don't want to give up my channel because this is, crafting is a lifeline for a lot of people. I know when I was in really poor health, I just sat and watched YouTube videos of crafters, and that saved me. It was the thing that made me not feel worthless and alone. And that's one reason I started my channel, was because I wanted to be one of the people that helps. I wanted to be one of the people that encourages and inspires. I don't want to give it up, but I can't afford to pay $42,000 because somebody deems one of my videos as child attractive either. So say a little prayer about it, and do what you can. I'm going to do what I can. I've already marked all of my videos as not for children, but you know, that opens me up to this $42,000 fine if they decide I'm lying to them. Whew, okay, I'm through. I don't want to think about this anymore right now. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. God bless you all. Have a great day. Sorry I had to interrupt my nice little envelope collage with yucky news to talk about. Bye-bye.